All right. Good evening. And today we're going to. I'm rubbing my hands in glee for whatever reason. But today we are actually going to do something else that I've always enjoyed but never really talked about yet, which is as weird as I am urban planning. And so we're gonna plan ourselves some urban areas, and it'll be jolly good fun. Oh, but before that, just housekeeping. Oh, I forgot to stream to the Discord. Give me one quick moment, eh? There we go. All right, and welcome to you. I don't know what you people are, man. Whatever you people are. Let's do. I don't want perspective. Field of view. Hello. Um, excuse me. Um, ooh, that's. Okay, maybe we shouldn't. Just pull this back a little bit, eh? Yeah, right there. Okay, okay, we're good. Let's start with a city. I have not played this game in forever, so I don't actually know what I'm doing anymore. No. Build roads. There we go. GF. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna start with a street. As we always do, and zone. And agricultural. There we go. Not playing. There we go. We're going to have. Ooh, that's a lot of retail. I'm gonna have some retail over here because obviously people need to buy stuff. Anyway, so as we go into this idea of urban planning, and there's been a lot of thought in terms of urban planning on how we can um, reduce waste, how we can reduce, increase uh, productivity, and all of that good stuff. And um, obviously, with COVID-19 and 2020, that has we at least we think it has changed behavior completely, and so therefore with the behavioral change, there is this developing idea that somehow things will, for lack of a better word, like cities themselves will not be said will not need to be have the same amount of commute. They won't have the same amount of for lack of a better word, because I can't speak right now for whatever reason. They won't have the same amount of traffic, first of all, and they also will not have the same issues going forward, right? Because there will just be more people that are commuting, or that won't be commuting, and therefore we will have lots of fun, happy times with everyone, and no need to commute, etc., etc. And obviously, that's I'm I don't personally subscribe to that theory, simply because network effects will remain network effects, and we will still see network effects going forward. And so, oops. And so, with network effects being what they are, we have to sort of always be prepared for them to come back and bite us in the bottoms, right? And so there are, there are lots of very good there is a lot of good thinking going on vis-a-vis how can we there. Oh, I built one too many. Okay, no, that's all good. Vis-a-vis how we can design the future city such that it can withstand sort of any sort of change that we throw at it. And again, I personally am not a fan of these kinds of theories because, at least to me, I feel like cities, just like people, thrive more when they're evolving and when they can adapt, right? But obviously, that yes, I was about to say that. Obviously, it's demanding on people, right? It like people need to want to change. People need to want to thrive, to constantly be evaluating their own lives and how they can lead it better. And obviously, that's that's unfortunately not realistic. Not because we're all dumb, but because it is a giant faff to have to like move and change every few years, right? Like I think that's completely fair. It's just unfortunate that that's also the only way that we can adjust cities. So when we talk about cities and city planners and how difficult a job they have to plan not 5 years but 20 to 50 years ahead of time, and yeah, so that's difficult, right? And so one of the more interesting, I'm not going to say wonderful, but interesting examples is actually um, from my friend MBS in Saudi Arabia with that new Neom, it's called. I don't actually know how to pronounce it. I should find out. But anyway, in the northwestern part of Saudi Arabia, uh, a completely new high tech city, and there was talk of that new corridor where the idea is that nobody would need to move then. Why can't you build a bridge? Do I have bridge building on? Embankments, tunnels and stuff. Embankments. Should be fine. No, you're not building by. Weird. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. So essentially, that the new city is designed in such a way as to enable people to get to work or get to wherever they want to go within 5 minutes. Obviously, that's a brave thing to want to say, and a brave thing to a brave thing to claim, because that kind of stuff is much more difficult than what we have now. So yeah, we are going to play this game and by myself really learn more about or not learn, um yes, um play with the counterfactuals of urban planning. There we go. That sounds about right. Wait a second. Okay, we're good. Are we good? Why does it do that? Hello? Why are you doing this to me? I want to see my city. Okay. Let's bring that back to ortho it is. I mean, personally, I'm actually not a big fan of ortho just because it's for those, yeah, exactly, for you who doesn't know what ortho means. Look at the squares. No matter how far away they are, they look exactly the same, and that's the idea. But well, not but, and the idea is kind of like our different map projections, that you can always see the correct angles in between things. However, if I were to switch my field of view, say, to 30 degrees, you can see as things get farther, they get smaller, and that's what we would expect as humans, right? That's what we would expect. And so as things get farther, they look like that. But with ortho, as things get, oh, we didn't go back to ortho. With ortho, as things get farther, you actually, they maintain that same surface area and the particular angles, so everything remains exactly the same. I can see why that's appealing to a lot of people. Personally, I personally like this more. No, I'm not gonna change it for you. No, no, I'm not. I think I'll stick to. You know what? We'll stick to ortho just to see if I can get used to it. It's it's just, like at the same zoom level, you actually, everything looks exactly the same, but that also means that you don't. It's much harder to get a big picture view without zooming farther out. And I like the idea of being, say, we're at 30 degrees. One day when the city's really tall, actually, let's say we're at like 50 degrees, when the city's really big and you're looking at it at a 50-degree angle, and suddenly all these nice tall buildings shoot up in the distance, right? That's cute. But we shall do ortho for now, because I honestly don't know why. Okay, so more demand, more farm demand, which is kind of, that is how it is, right? Like in a new city, not a new city, in a new town, towns grow up. Well, actually, that's a completely different topic. Can't we make it brighter? Make it brighter? No, I guess we can't. We've already made it the brightest. I want night mode. Let's turn off some lights. Okay. Yeah, historically, cities would, or rather, shall we say, metropoli don't really grow because of farmland, right? Like, I think what I would like more city builders to do is to actually show the growth, not of like these little farming villages. I, not that I'm trying to be overly crude, but nobody cares about farming villages, right? And how they develop. And a lot of the time, farming villages remain farming villages for hundreds, if not thousands, of years, for the exact reason that there is there's no value added where they are, and that's perfectly legit. Like, I don't think anyone would. Is that right? Yes. There we go. Oops. Oh well, your farms were demolished for a good reason, because we needed new roads to build new farms. So normally in a city, when you do that, obviously you're gonna have to go through a lengthy process of um, buying the land that a farmer was on, so that you can use it for public reasons. And all governments have laws that allow them to essentially grab land as if it's absolutely necessary. In the US, it's called eminent domain. Yeah, that's really all there is. And so, going back to the topic before this, I would really love to see a game that is focused not on like starting as a farming village and moving our way into sort of the modern age and moving ourselves into metropolis, but like you start as, for example, a busy trade port or something like that. And of course, I'm intimately aware that I am really just talking about the Anno series, and I'll be honest, there are reasons why I don't like that series. Because it is not very free form, right? And that's sort of the beauty of these cities. One quick second. And that's sort of the beauty of these city building games, in that they are freeform enough that you can do a lot of interesting things with them. Now, here's the question. I have no residential demand and tons of farm demand, but I also don't have a lot of. So maybe what we need to do is do a whole upgrade the city. So we'll just upgrade this. I hope I upgraded the street. Does that street look upgraded? Yes. Okay, good. So that means we should probably just upgrade these bad boys. If I'm too close to the mic, let me know. Okay, I'm too close to mic. Got it. Just upgrading roads. So people, I think that's what the issue is. We shall see. So farm demand is lowering. Maybe we're also going a little bit slow. Let's see. Farm demand. Yep, retail demand. Well, that'll take care of it. Okay. I'm on a 75. Oh, that's because I started. No, that's because I built too many roads. Oh no, that's because I have no tax rate. Total earnings. Right, it's because I built too many. Oops. There's no income from sales tax because obviously we're not making any sales. Let's see. 1,000 people live here. Really? We're gonna zone for offices. Nice. Okay, so this game has changed a lot since I last played it. Nice. I like it. We have upgraded this, right? No, we haven't. Okay. Let's upgrade this. Beautiful. Beautiful. What is too close? Oh yeah, I remember. That's the issue with this particular game. It's that it's really good, but it's also at the same time it's got some teething issues. It's got some teething issues, but that's fine. That's all good. Expand that outwards. What one thing I do very much enjoy about this particular version of a city builder, compared to things like Skylines or something else, is as far as I know, yes, as far as I know, at least until now, there's no emphasis on things like power management, water management, and all of that. And to me, that's not the point of a city builder per se, right? Like that's more something for this. Oh, we're at 19 minutes. Oops. That's more of a thing for a disaster planning. Disaster. You just saw me type with the wrong keyboard layout, and that's okay. For a disaster planning movie, and or not movie, what am I saying? Disaster planning game, because that's when you have a whole bunch of micromanagement that you can do to make both your own life and the life of your citizens more difficult. But that's not the point of, at least to me, that's not the point of an urban planner. Anyway, we're done. We're done. We're done for today. 20 minutes passed in no time. We shall pick this up a different day. And no, I don't want to. No, thank you. I'm not going to repeat what was just said to me on Discord. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. In conclusion, download Firefox, don't use Chrome, all that good stuff. Good night.